Hi, everyone, and thanks for visiting the Horizon League Network. We're here inside the press room at the HP Pavilion, all quiet today, the day in between games here at the NCAA Tournament. Obviously, games get started once again tomorrow. Second round action in the first game of the day will feature the Butler Bulldogs and the Murray State Racers. And for Butler fans, they may not know a whole lot about Murray State, so we brought in an expert, Jeff Bidwell of WPSD in Paducah, Kentucky. I know you're here covering the Racers. And let me ask you, first of all, that big shot yesterday, did you break the no cheering in the press section area? That was a pretty big one.
I had a buddy actually call and said, were you the dope in the light blue shirt that stood up when he made it? So I tried to sit back down, but certainly the biggest shot in the history of the Murray State basketball program. And when you're with the team so much and you try and have that journalistic distance, I suppose, but it's a really good bunch of guys, and we're just really happy for them that they finally were able to pull one off.
And making a big shot like that's nothing new for this program. They've done that a few times already this year.
We were talking earlier, usually a team gets one buzzer beater a year. It's great. They've had three against their biggest rival, but none bigger certainly than yesterday on the biggest stage of them all.
What's the first thing that Butler fans should know about this team? They maybe have seen them from a distance, and maybe they know a little bit about the balanced scoring, but what makes this team go?
They guard, and they guard very well. Billy Kennedy is a defensive coach, and it's sort of he would like to win games 55-50. He's got the horses to go out and score 80 or 85 points if he wants. It's a tug of war, I think, inside of him a little bit. But they will guard, and to a man today, all the Murray guys said, if Butler's going to make 13 threes again, they're going to have to earn every single one of them.
Tempo is another thing that's been discussed a little bit. Murray State likes to get up and down. Butler tends to be a little bit more of the half court. Do you feel like that would be maybe a key factor? Who can control the tempo in this game?
I think Murray is versatile enough to play in any tempo. I think everybody they've played this year has tried to slow them down a little bit, so they're comfortable. And like I said, they have the ability to grind out games, and their coaches said is comfortable with that as well. They will try to run up your back a little bit if you're going to let them, but I think Butler may be more uncomfortable in a fast game than Murray will be in a slow game.
In terms of this matchup with Butler, I know your first game yesterday with Vanderbilt, obviously they had a ton of size. Right. Butler played a team with a lot of size in UTEP. Now these two teams meet, and you don't want to say they're undersized, but they're sort of comparable. Right. Does Murray State like that matchup, even though Butler was the higher seed?
Right. Honestly, when watching the selection show and we saw Butler come up, it was like, please be Murray, because really they don't have the size on the inside to really bang. They've got 6'9", Tony Easley, but he's only about 220 pounds. He's more of a get out and go, run and transition type of fella. Murray, this will be good. The guards rebound well, so if Butler's going to shoot a lot of threes, if they can at least force misses, they've got an opportunity to get out and transition and go.
These two teams were, for a while during the regular season, almost matching each other win for win, talking about the nation's longest winning streaks. These are two programs that, even though there aren't a ton of seniors, they know how to win. These are winning players on winning teams.
Well, I said earlier today, find me another game. And you go back for a while, find me another game where two teams have won 43 out of 44 games. It's unbelievable. They know how to win, and proven by the buzzer beaters. Murray, when they get into a bind, they find ways at the end. Obviously, Butler, just an amazing season to be able to run the table in the Horizon. So it's going to be a battle of wills certainly tomorrow.
Last question is just that Murray State is a program that's had a lot of recent success. Now, this is their first NCAA tournament appearance since 2006. Lots of success, year in and year out, but not really the NCAA tournament success that maybe Butler has had. Is that thing, in your opinion, that maybe is just holding this program back in Murray State from, sort of jumping into that national landscape a little bit?
I think so. They went through a stage in the late 90s where they seemed to go every year. I think it was 5 out of 6 years that, they made, and they had so many near misses. As a 16, they took Michigan State to overtime. It's like so close, but getting a win, there's nothing like it. And obviously they've had an opportunity in the last couple of weeks to, they had the Isaiah Cannon, the freshman, who hit the half-court shot from his knees and getting on ESPN and hitting a buzzer beater in the tournament. They've gotten more national exposure in the last month than they may have gotten in the last 20 years combined. Getting to the Sweet 16 would certainly be huge, but obviously Butler has been able to back it up year after year after year. Murray has not. Obviously, it's been 22 years since they got one. This is obviously a big foundation for them and where they can go, but Butler has got a good blueprint. Murray'd obviously like to be able to follow that.
Going to be a fantastic game, that's for sure, here in the second round of the NCAA tournament. The Butler Bulldogs and the Murray State Racers. Jeff, we appreciate the time and enjoy the game tomorrow.
I will.